Hello, initiates, and welcome. So, in this reading, we will be channeling messages from the Duke Bune. And if you are unfamiliar with the Duke Bune, he is a goetic spirit. Some call him or consider him a daemon. Demon, I don't really like to use that word, but that is what it is. And so, this spirit, they or he, I should say he, his office is wealth. So he helps people to gain wealth, maintain wealth, keep a hold of wealth, and manage it in a way that is long lasting. Right. So if you are embarking on a new business venture or trying to start something new or increase your wealth where you already are, in some way, he can help you to find better spending habits, better attitude towards money, change your perspective of how you view money and wealth, and also to help you be more comfortable having it. Because a lot of the time, people want wealth, but they block themselves from getting it because they are uncomfortable with even having it. They don't feel like they are deserving of so much wealth. And so that is something that he can help you with. He can also help with you speaking more clearly, help impart wisdom upon you so that you can have abundance flowing into your life. He can give you opportunities to increase your abundance, right? And especially leading you to treasures or very nice things. He helps you to elevate your standards when it comes to the types of things that you do consume and enjoy. One of the best offerings for him is cakes. He really likes cakes and lemons. So like lemon cakes, lemon tarts, something very nice though. It can't just be some bullshit from Walmart that you found in the bakery aisle because that's not even really cake, is it? It needs to be something well thought out, well planned, something that you really took the time to consider and put your energy into getting. Even if you don't bake, but baking him something could also be very well received. Another one of the things that he likes as an offering is public speaking, public praise. So he likes it when if you were to start working with him, he likes it when you give him public praise. Okay. And he is one of at least in my experience, one of the, one of the only spirits that I've encountered that seems to really enjoy that. As far as the Goetia goes, I know some of them do like for you to tell others about them, right? Because their reputation is really important to them. Because humanity has they've kind of. I don't really like the way that they talk about them, right? Because they're so much more than what they are presented as. And so, in my experience, I have found them to be very pleasant to work with. They can be stern, and they certainly do not play around, and they're not going to play around with you either, though. So that is there are a lot of fear-based misconceptions about working with these spirits, and it's also said like in your pineal gland, right, your third eye. There are 72 chakras. Okay, so there are 72 angels, and then there's you, and then there are 72 daemons, and it's like two sides to a coin. That is the tree of life. You are a representation of that tree of life, and you are, if you, which I'm not telling anybody what to do here. I'm not saying that you have to do this or work with these spirits or anything like that, but to be whole and completed on a spiritual path as a spiritual person, right? You cannot deny one side of yourself, okay? And these angels, all of them are a part of us. We are an embodiment of them in some way, right? And so these spirits, all of them, can be very helpful on your path. And so we are going to begin a channeled message from the Duke Bune, okay? Okay, so that was pretty fast. That's a little bit more cards. Okay, all right, we're gonna do it. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're gonna honor it. Okay, I'm gonna honor it. Okay, so if you know anything about Boone, another thing I feel like I need to say, a lot of people perceive him as a feminine spirit. In my experience with him, and I have been working with him for years, he does not approach me or appear to me as a feminine spirit at all. Okay, I'm not saying that he can or anything like that. That's just my personal experience with him. And teach their own. Everybody experiences these things differently, and that's your path. Okay, it's all different, and how it comes to you is just how it comes to you. So trust your intuition, right? But anyways, we're going to continue. And so a lot of you, if this is resonating for you and interesting you, right, and maybe you've been considering something, he basically wants to bring an ending. He is coming in as this paternal, fatherly figure presence. He wants to help you bring an end to your misfortune, right? So you may have been feeling like lately the wheel of fortune is not turning in your favor. And what he's pretty much wants to do is help you to realign your mind and the way that you're thinking about your wealth and how to gain and maintain your prosperity so that you can turn this yourself. Because again, the wheel is always turning. He wants to help you accelerate that by changing your way of thinking. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. And this, if you should choose, right? If you should choose, or you already have let him into your life, which I'm assuming if you're here at this point in this reading, you've already let him into your life, or some of you may have just done some kind of path working with him or something like that. So he's bringing you this Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups, which is both your emotional, right, and your material abundance. This is your completion, okay? And it's already on its way to you, okay? So again, the wheel is turning, and it's turning to bring these towards you now, which it's going to lead very soon to your financial, material, emotional completion. And what's going to happen here is balance. There's going to be a lot of balance here. And in that balance, it's going to be like, that could look like a great awakening, ascension process. There's going to be a lot of illumination for you. There's going to be a lot in regards to your financial gain, right? You being where you want to be in your life. Some of you may not have gotten as far or where you would like to be, and he wants to come help you to do that. And this is to increase your power, to increase your receptivity of gaining abundance. That's why this emotional stuff is coming up. And if you know anything about the Duke Bune, he is actually a spirit of Venus, right? And so that is like the realm of like love and emotions and sensuality. And so there is a lot of waterly, I want to say water like energy to him. And so your way of thinking, your mind, and the way that you think and your perception of things can either make or break your success in anything that you do. And so he wants to help. He wants to help you to figure this out, to make it better in such a way that it puts these cups that you have, all of these emotions and thoughts and ideas and perceptions. He wants to help you to turn those into pentacles and then bring you to balance and help you to manifest. And he wants to kind of meet you in the middle. So if you know anything about triangles of manifestation, right? Again, this is balancing both sides to your coin. And so he is coming to literally, he's coming to meet you where you meet him, and achieving your goals financially. So another thing that you could do for your wealth is you could make a list, like literally make a plan. Like, what do you really want? What do you want to gain? What could be a short-term, long-term, and immediate goal? Like if you sit down and really think this stuff out. Because another thing is, a lot of people, they do rituals, financial rituals, or any kind of rituals, and they ask for something, but they don't really have a solid plan for how they intend to get it and receive it, or what they're planning on doing with it, which you do not have to explain. You're not asking permission, you're simply inviting the flow, but it has to be structured. You have to have some kind of game plan here. Otherwise, you're going to, again, it's going to cause stagnation or blockages, right? And again, you don't have to explain, you're not asking permission to have these things because they're already yours. You just have to open yourself up to get them. But the thing is like, you have to be, how do I want to word this? You can't just say, I want $1 million, right? And you can get the $1 million, right? But the thing is, like, you have to have a plan for how you're going to get it. If you aren't doing anything to get the $1 million, how do you expect these spirits, even not just Boone, but anybody you ask, so maybe it's a goddess or something like that, any spirit that you ask to do this, to bring you this money, if you're not doing anything to open yourself up to that pathway, to that current, to receiving that flow of abundance towards you, and vice versa, how can you expect to receive it if you're just sitting around waiting and not making something happen, or doing your part, doing your part to meet them in the middle? How can you expect that flow of abundance to happen, right? So you do have to, of course, do some work. It's not just a, hey, I want this, and then boom, you just walk away and you're done. You have to actually work towards things. So if you are doing something in your work, you could be getting more organized or making more plans for how you're actually going to execute this, so that he can, again, make things flow towards you, so that you have more tools and access to more opportunities and people and things, right? For you to really make your goals happen. So that's kind of how it works. Okay. You do have to do something. It's not just, you saying, oh, I want this, and you're not doing anything to get it, right? So with that being said, the spirit, the Duke Bune, can be very great for helping you to increase your wealth, and this is kind of how he works on doing that, and how you can make this happen. And I also want to say, for any of you who may be beginners in this path, you have to come at them correctly. Okay, you have to come without fear, without you have to get past your fear and your perception. Okay. So you have to come with an open mind. Even in like what you're asking for, you have to have an open mind on how it's going to come. Okay. There have been plenty of times where I have, asked for things, and they came in very unexpected ways. And I was like, oh, wow, like I didn't even think of it happening the way that it did, right? But it still did. So they definitely do deliver any of the 72. They definitely do deliver on what you ask of them, or ask their help with. And again, they want to help you be a better person. And in my experience in working with them, they have helped me to be stronger, be more wise, and definitely like in a way, like more mature, more thoughtful of how I interact with the world, and the things that I do. And I definitely have them to thank for a lot of my accomplishments. So, with that being said, this is your channeled message from the Duke Bune. And if you would like to book any kind of readings with me to get some more insight on your path, I do offer a lot of different readings on Etsy. So if you feel called, I am definitely here to assist you in offering guidance on your spiritual path. And so I will leave you with this, and I will see you in the next one. And definitely look out for my new schedule. I am posting videos. Haven't come up with days yet, but they will be at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay. So definitely subscribe, like, definitely share, and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Blessed be.